What's up guys, I hope everybody is doing groovy and thank you for joining me for another review. I picked up the Marvels Avengers game a couple of weeks ago and surprisingly had a really good time with it, so I thought I'd do my own review. Playing it now, of course I understand it was in a bit of a mess at release and all that jazz, but just also please bear in mind I am a massive Marvel fan, so if I seem a little more forgiving on like story aspects and whatnot, it's probably because it just, you know, it's a bit of fan service. But on with the review. Marvel's Avengers follows the story of Kamala Khan, a young girl that gains polymorphic abilities from Terrigen Mist, a mist that unleashes inhuman powers in humans, causing them to become the Inhuman. Yeah, see? Knowledge. On an unfortunate day called A-Day, the Avengers fail to stop a terrorist attack which wipes out a lot of San Francisco, killing a lot of people. The evil corporation AIM take control of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Stark Industries, and the Avengers are dissolved and separated. That is until Kamala seeks out their help and sets out to reassemble the Avengers and take down AIM. I'll be honest here, I love the story. All the characters were spot on, they're very well voice acted, very well motion captured, and they behaved just like their comic book counterparts. It was like watching a comic book on screen. Kamala is very likeable and relatable, and the game, it just looks great, and with all the action and what the heroes do, it's just really, really cool. The story isn't too long, at about 15-ish hours, minus any side stuff, of which there is a good chunk to do, with some character-specific mission chains to unlock costumes and all sorts of other material-based stuff that you can use for crafting. Of course, this game does have endgame content that's fully multiplayer, and to be honest, it's pretty cool. They are continually adding to the game and bringing out updates with the new Hawkeye expansion that's coming out on the 19th of this month, so I should be doing a video on that when it comes out. And they've already released a Kate Bishop Hawkeye specific DLC as well, which again is pretty good. Not too long, but pretty good. But like I said, I'm a massive Marvel fan, and this game just ticks all the boxes in terms of fan service, so I was able to actually enjoy the main story. And on the note of service, Avengers is a games as a service style game with loot, cosmetics, XP, levels to gain, unlockables, skill trees, and continually free content added. It plays like a combination of God of War and Batman Arkham Knight, or any of the Arkham games to be honest. The combat itself, in my opinion, is pretty cool, with each one of the heroes using hero-specific attacks, like Hulk with massive AoE attacks and smashing the crap out of everything with his rage, Iron Man with flying around and using repulsor blasts and all other kinds of missiles and Iron Man related shizzle, Black Widow with her batons, guns, grappling hook and being able to go invisible to take down enemies by surprise, Captain America with his shield, blocking gunfire, throwing it about as well as kicking ass. Thor smacks bitches about with Mjolnir and uses lightning, and Miss Marvel aka Kamala Khan uses her polymorphic stretchy arms and legs to do some seriously great combos. Combos can be extended as each individual character levels up and gains skill points that can be used to unlock a lot of pretty cool different abilities. Equipment can be found from falling enemies and inside loot boxes strewn about the game, that all vary in stats, level and buffs. Of course, none of these things you pick up and collect are like physically seen, but that didn't bother me too much because the costumes that you can unlock in the game just from playing the game all seemed pretty cool. They're all color coded, of course, like, you know, you got the, just like every other game, from grey to green, blue, purple and gold all the way up to orange. The equipment you apply to the heroes, like I said, so it's not physically visible, so just, I don't know, that bothered a lot of people when it first came out, but as cosmetics can be unlocked, like I said, it didn't really bother me one bit. There is of course an in-game currency that you can get by spending some real cheddar, but you really do not need to. There's a couple of downsides to the game, however, and the first one is that there's not a great variation of enemies to fight. It's mainly AIM synthezoids and adaptoids with a smattering of humans and other just some other AIM bots knocking about. and the other downside is in the more open world maps, especially on the PS4, there is at times massive frame rate drops. They don't happen often, but when they do, it slaps you in the face. The locations and maps that you can fight in it are pretty varied, to be honest, and I have enjoyed playing on all of them. And once you beat the story, there is that endgame content called the Avengers Initiative, where you can team up with 3 other players or AI to tackle a wide variety of missions. Some that are mission chains like the Shield one, which can unlock some more story bits, and there are others that are really high level and require you to have some really good gear and great teamwork in order to take them down, which I had a ton of fun with. I've been having a blast with the multiplayer in-game content, and as there's still more to come and more updates, and they're going to be revamping how you unlock things through XP and all that, I'm quite hopeful that they're going to continue to support the game, unlike, you know, Cyberpunk, which was just left to die in the water. And I am actually quite hopeful for the Avengers' future. Is Marvel's Avengers a perfect game? Absolutely not. Does it have its issues? Absolutely. Is it worth playing? Yes. If you are a Marvel fan, this is a really fun, cool game which will just remind you of what it was like reading the comics and playing the games, watching the films all as a kid. I've been a massive fan of Marvel now for nearly 30 years, and this game just struck a kind of good chord with me. I absolutely acknowledge the game has problems and it is in no way 100% perfect. I do not think you should grab it at full price. I didn't get it at full price. I got it cheap. If you can get it cheap, I'd say 15-20 quid. If you can get it for that, it is definitely worth that. You would definitely get your money's worth out of it. And the fact that they are given free updates this year, I believe, after the Hawkeye expansion, which also brings in a post-apocalyptic futuristic take from the Old Man Hawkeye comic series. This year we're getting, I think, Black Panther, Spider-Man on PS4, which does suck. Spider-Man is a PS4 specific character, and hopefully, I think Falcon was one of the other ones that was rumoured, which again would add in more, because like with Thor you can fly, with Iron Man you can fly, Hulk you can jump really far, Kamala Khan you can jump really far, but I think some more flying heroes would be really, really cool. And like I said, it is a games as a service, so that each individual character has a kind of battle pass that you can you have daily and weekly challenges, and for not enough if you ask me, and then you do that and you can unlock like cosmetics, items, materials, all that kind of stuff. But again, like I said, that they're changing the XP and the way that you do things. They're revamping it, so I don't know how long that will be. So if you're watching this review in a few months' time, that may not be the case, which is why I didn't talk about it too much in the review. But minus the frame rate drops, the fact that there's not a great variation of enemies, and there can be some long waiting times if you're waiting for other players, because you know it's no secret that a lot of the player base left the game, which is unfortunate, because there's a ton of fun to be had here. I have loads of fun playing the game, kicking butt, mixing up combos, pulling off different tricks with the heroes, especially as you keep leveling them up. Each hero can be leveled up individually, and from levels 1 to 50, and then you can level up to, I think, power level 150, and then you get to that really juicy endgame stuff. But yeah, if you are a Marvel fan and you are like me and you always excuse me, and you always try and find the good in games, Marvel's Avengers is definitely worth a play. I'm gonna give Marvel's Avengers a very positive 7.5 out of 10. My first 7.5 out of 10. I wanted, you know, if it didn't have the issues, it would be an 8 or a 9. But I want to stress that this is actually it's a good game. It's not a bad game. It's a good game, and it just needs a little bit more care and love from Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix, and then it'll be good to go. And with the next gen releases as well, releasing on March the 19th for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, hopefully then that will fix all the frame rate issues and all the problems, and then we'll get a massive chunk of player base back. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching the video. Please let me know down in the comments what you think. Have you played it? Will you play it? Are you a Marvel fan? And yeah, please consider subscribing for more content and giveaways. I'll be giving away a Nintendo Switch Lite at 1,000 subscribers, and from then on I'll be continually doing giveaways. But thank you again for the support, and I'll see you next time.